Welcome fellow anglers to an exciting new adventure on the water. This is DieInDark and welcome to my channel. Whether you're a seasoned angler or just dipping your toes into the world of fishing, you have tuned into the right place. This is the ultimate sports fishing guide as of right now. Today we embark on a journey that transcends the ordinary, a journey where patience meets anticipation, and the tranquil waters hold the promise of untold stories and thrilling encounters. We are going to cover the quests you must do, how to craft your fishing rod, how to acquire any fishing boat you want and improving its equipment, how to fish, and the weekly Mirage Isle Fish Fest. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, you should complete the Blue Salt Brotherhood questline in order to receive the Dawnsdrop boots, which will give you 5000 fishing proficiency, and then upgrade to Dawnsdrop boots, which will give you 10,000 fishing proficiency. I have a guide on my channel which you can check it out if you need help through the questline. Once you acquire Dawnsdrop boots, you should upgrade them to Dawnsdrop boots, which will give you 10,000 fishing proficiency when worn. You can do this in a leather armor form using 8 Moonlight Archeum crystals, 10 eels, and 110 handicraft yarn for 400 labor. Notice it requires 2000 leatherwork proficiency, but you can overcome this by using Dawnsdrop guards you acquired from the questline. There are 2 fishermen for the fishing quest in each continent. If you're a Nuian, you have to speak to fisherman Santiago in Cinderstone Moor to begin the fishing quest as shown on the map. If you're a Haranyan, you have to speak to fisherman Regal located in Yenistir as shown in the map. The first quest requires you to craft a sturdy steel reel. It needs 2 iron ingots, 2 lumber, and 10 labor and a carpentry workbench to craft. Simply buy your materials from the auction house and craft it. Hand in the quest to the fisherman. After you hand in that quest, you will acquire a basic fishing line. The next quest is to craft a basic fishing rod. You need 10 bamboo stalks and a sharp fishing hook, which is made out of an iron ingot for that. Simply buy your materials and craft them in the handicraft kiln. Hand in the quest to the fisherman. The next quest in line is to fish for 2 snappers and 2 sea bass. These are fish found in the temperate climate. You can check the climate of the zone you're in from the bottom right corner of the map. Cinderstone Moor is a temperate climate, so these fish can be found here. For Haranyans, Yenistir is a temperate climate where you can fish for these. I highly recommend buying the fish from the auction house if they are available, but as you can see there aren't any in the auction house. So I'm going to have to fish them myself. Simply right click the fishing skill and cast your rod to autofish. Once you hand in that quest, next one in line is to catch 3 rainbow trout and 20 rice fish. They are found in freshwater temperate climates. You can fish for these in a lake in 2 Crowns in Silent Forest. They were available in auction house, so I bought them. Next fish in line are 2 barracudas and 2 red snappers. They can be found in tropical climates. You can fish for these in Sandeep and Mahadevi. When we are done with that and hand in the quest, it asks for 3 herring and 10 squid, which can be found in subarctic climates. Mirror Tundra is the subarctic climate, so you can fish there. You can get to Mirror Tundra through the World Gate in Carcass Ridgelands. Your next mission is to craft 3 chum buckets. They require 60 bait worm and 40 ground grain to make, so simply buy your materials, head to a cooking station and craft them. Your last mission is to catch a fry sturgeon and get a trophy of it. You can catch it in the sea, and once you do, go to a fishing stand, press G and convert that into a trophy. You can also buy this from the auction house if there are any. When you get your trophy, head back to your fisherman and turn it in. Now you have the Discriminating Tastes title, which grants you 1000 fishing proficiency. After you get your first fishing rod, you would like to upgrade it to catch fish easier. There are 2 different kinds of fishing rods you can craft, the flexible one and the sturdy one. The flexible finds the fish faster while the sturdy deals more damage to the fish. I highly recommend you go with the sturdy fishing rod. For the novice sturdy fishing rod, you need a crafted fishing hook crafted out of an iron ingot and a copper ingot at a Regal handicraft desk. I will show you where you can find Regal equipment in a bit. You need a basic fishing line made with 3 cotton and 3 wool in a weaving loom. A sturdy steel reel made with 2 lumber and 2 iron ingots in a carpentry workbench, and finally 2 opaque polishes which can be bought from the auction house. When you got all of the materials, simply craft them in a handicraft kiln while wearing the Dawnsdrop boots. For the Regal workbenches, you can go to Soulsreed Plains located in Soulsreed Peninsula for Nuia. And for Haranya, you can go to Arkham Iris to the mark here. For the Nuian workbenches, simply teleport to Worthington and head north to the location shown. Here you can access the Regal workbenches you need. Here you can craft the crafted fishing hook. Once you acquire 230,000 fishing proficiency, you can craft the ultimate fishing rod. You are going to need a Master's Sturdy fishing rod, Master's Flexible fishing rod, a rainbow polish, and an ultimate fishing rod design. The design requires you to complete all the fishing achievements. You can check your progression through Escape, Achievements, General, and under Vocation click Fishing. You need to obtain 300 Grand Friedish fish, obtain 100 Rare Friedish fish, collect some fish per grade for all grades from Famed Fisherman's Aquarium, complete all casual fishing achievements, which are catch 1000 basic grade fish, catch 300 grand grade fish, and acquire 100 rare grade fish. Complete Chum Expert, which is catch 50 fry, 50 medium, and 50 gargantuan fish in freshwater. And finally complete Ocean Dominator, which is catch 100 fry, 100 medium, and 100 gargantuan fish in seawater. After completing these, you will get the Touch the Fishy title and an ultimate fishing rod design. Now that you have a fishing rod, the next things you need are crafting a sport fishing lure and a chum bucket. You can craft the sport fishing lure in the handicraft kiln using 15 iron ingots and 10 labor. I advise crafting multiple to keep spare ones in your inventory. Each sport fishing lure lasts for 2 hours when equipped on the rod. For the chum bucket, using the activating the fishing spot, you need to interact with a cooking tool using 60 bait worms and 40 ground grain along with 50 labor. With these out of the way, you are ready to catch some fish. Fishing boats come with 5 small to medium fish storage in the water tank, and 2 large gargantuan fish storage on the hooks behind the ships. The crane must be lowered in order to store large fish, like so. Moby Drake is acquired through getting Manastorm crystals, and the easiest way to obtain Manastorm crystals is through completing ArchePass tiers. You can access the ArchePass from clicking the Daily Schedule button on the bottom right side of the screen, then click on ArchePass. If you're just starting out, click on Register Change and pick the Fresh Start ArchePass. As you can see, you can obtain a lot of Manastorm crystals through the tiers. Once you select the ArchePass, you will get 4 missions. The last one is a weekly mission. You have 30 mission attempts per week and they reset on Sunday. You can also currently get 10 abundant ArchePass XP boosts from the Marketplace Events tab per day. Check to see if it's still available since it's a great help. You can open Manastorm shop by clicking this button or pressing Ctrl N. If you are lucky, you can get the Moby Drake from the Manastorm shop for just 450 Manastorm crystals. Manastorm shop refreshes each day. I highly recommend you check it every day after acquiring 450 Manastorm crystals to see if you can get a deal. If you can't seem to find the Moby Drake in the Manastorm shop, you can also head on over to the Mirage Isle. Once you are there, make your way to the Manastorm fountain. If you scroll all the way over to the bottom, you can craft the Moby Drake for 500 Manastorm crystals here. Moby Drake comes without a propellant, so you will actually have to craft one yourself. There is Siren Song Fishing Boat Propellant and Andal Fishing Boat Propellant. As far as I know, they have nearly the same speed and require the same materials. They require 10 lumber, 1 star shard ingot, 3 onyx archeum essence, and 1 dragon essence stabilizer. It costs 25 labor to craft and it requires a shipyard workbench to craft. You can use the 1 and 2 crowns easiest light. I'm going to craft the Siren Song version. In order to craft the fish find Longliner, the first thing you need is a fish find Longliner design. This can be acquired through Mirage Isle for 500 Gilded Stars in the location shown here. You can also buy it from the auction house if you can find a cheap design. Once you get the design, you are going to need a fishing license, a fishing boat steering wheel, a fish crane, a high power engine, 200 lumber, 200 iron ingots and 200 fabric. You can buy the fishing license from any general merchant in the game for 100 gold. A fishing boat steering wheel needs 5 star shard ingots, 1 precision toolbox, 5 labor and a carpentry workbench. A fish crane requires 5 fine lumber and 1 precision toolbox. You can buy the star shard ingot and fine lumber from the auction house. A precision toolbox requires 20 iron ingots, 2 gold ingots, 1 diamond and 5 archeum ingots, 5 labor and a carpentry workbench to craft. A high power engine requires 2 thunderstruck trees, 5 flaming logs, 2 sunridge ingots, 15 gold ingots, 10 labor and a carpentry workbench to craft. After crafting that, simply buy the rest of the lumber, iron ingots and fabric, then head to a place where you can place dry docks. We are heading to 2 Crowns as is light. Once you're in the dry docks area, right-click your fish find Longliner design and place the dry docks. After that, you are going to have to build 6 times for 25 labors each to complete the building. In order for you to change your ship's equipment, you have to be in the Aziz Light belonging to your faction. It is the green area on the map around the Aziz Light statue. Once there, summon your ship, go to your helm, click check details on a summon, and from there you can change equipment. I recommend removing the harpoon so it's easier to jump while selling fish and enemy players cannot use it to harpoon you around the place. Let's place our propellant on there as well and we are ready to go. You can regrade and upgrade parts of your ship to gain certain bonuses. Most important parts for a fishing boat are the propellant for the speed and the fish finder for the fishing spot scan range. You regrade the propellant and upgrade the fish finder. Upgrading the rudder is not really necessary since it just gives you turning speed. You can regrade your propellant using a machine component regrade scroll. This can be crafted in the printing press for 1 blank regrade scroll, 1 arcane bound rock, 2 onyx archeum essence and 50 labor. Or you can simply buy it from the auction house. Each regrade costs a certain amount of gold. In the beginning, I recommend enchanting your propellant to divine or epic grade, since after that there is a chance it will be destroyed like so. Upgrading your fish finder can help you find fishing spots easier. Each upgrade adds a 50-meter range to your scan radius. They require machinery proficiency to craft, yet you can use Dawnsdrop fists acquired through the Blue Salt Brotherhood questline in order to increase your proficiency. However, it is pretty hard to come by fish finder designs, so you might have to farm Cairn or Shipwright's design bags from Luscas or Seabugs in order to acquire them. If you do not have a fishing boat or you want to improve your proficiency without sailing the seas, you should head on over to Ahimar Pink Pufferfish spot. The spot here is always chumped and you can fish all you want. Fish here don't sell for a lot, but it's a nice way to train and improve proficiency. There is a chance of getting a monster enclosure here. It is random, but if you kill it, you will get a treasure map with coordinates. You can find the location by using a sextant. So let's get started with the basics. If the spot is not chumped, you are going to have to use a chum bucket to activate it. You must use a sport fishing lure on your fishing rod, which will allow you to sport fish for 2 hours. Then you will cast your rod with the sport fishing skill and wait for a catch. Notice the debuff you get from changing your fishing rod. You will not be able to cast fishing skills as long as this debuff is active. Once you catch a fish, just mimic the skills of the fish you are catching. Reelin and Big Reelin skills are your major damage abilities, while Stand Firm right and left do a small bit of damage. When you are fishing in the sea, there are 5 types of fish you can catch, the most expensive being a marlin, the second being sailfish, third being sturgeon, and the least expensive fish are bluefin tuna and pufferfish. There are 3 different size classes for fish being small, fry, normal, and gargantuan being the large ones. Price of the fish increases with the size of it. In order to improve your efficiency while fishing, there are various things you can do. An easy one is to use a butterfly to collect drops up to 40 meters away so you won't have to swim and pick up the fish yourself. Another tip is that you can use Big Reelin skill in between the skills that the fish use. This way you will get every tick of damage available to you and catch the fish quickly. Always cast the Reelin after Big Reelin, since Big Reelin doesn't appear twice in a row. So if you're lucky, you will get the most damage possible. Last of all, if the action bar is about to run out, jump before it does so you don't waste labor. Once you are sailing the seas, you are going to have to look for a spot. Sail out from the coast and once you are in open waters, start scanning. As you can see here, I marked the very edge of the scanning range and sailed to that location to scan again as to cover the most amount of area possible. Use owner's mark whenever possible so if you let go of the helm, enemies won't be able to take your ship. Once you see a fishing spot, mark it on the map, lower your cranes and face towards the shore where the fish stand is. As you can see here, I find 3 fishing spots at once, yet they disappear before I can start fishing, so I'm gonna look for another spot. When you get your spot, use the chum bucket in the area around the seagulls to activate it. Make sure you have equipped the sport fishing lure on your fishing rod and start fishing. Forgot to bring out my butterfly here. Once you're full, start heading towards the nearest fishing stand to sell your fish. When you get there, use owner's mark again and then start selling off all your fish. It costs 40 labor per fish to sell. In order to sport fish in a lake, you have to buy a chum from your chum bucket on the boat and throw it in the spot to activate it. Fishing spots appear in lakes where there's a fish stand nearby. I don't recommend fishing here for money since it's not as profitable as sea fishing, yet if you want the achievement Chum Expert for the ultimate fishing rod, you can fish at a lake or at the Ahimar Fishing stand. Last thing I should mention in this guide is the Mirage Fish Fest. This is a weekly fish event that takes place during Saturdays between 12 and 24 p.m. You can do this event by going to Mirage Isle. Let's go. And we should head on over to the fishing platforms over at the sea here. Make sure you're wearing with that Dawnsdrop boost because higher your proficiency, higher the damage you deal to the fish. Now talk to this Daru over here, the surprise helper, and take this quest. It will be automatically completed and he will give you a fishing rod which will last for 1 hour. So the event lasts for 12 hours from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Saturday, but you can only fish for 1 hour. After you pick up the fishing rod, get your butterfly out and start fishing as soon as possible. So the different thing about the fish here is, as I've told you before, there are 3 different sizes of fish, which is fry, which is small, Then there's like medium normal fish, which doesn't have a prefix, and then there's gargantuan for biggest fish. But in this fishing contest, there's a force scale, which is lucky, which is the biggest of them all. So you would like to catch lucky fish here. I can't use my skills because I just changed rods. It's not my fish, oh. So you aim to catch the biggest fish over here. You can check your ranking information from clicking escape, and under combat there's ranking information. I will do that in a bit, after I kill this fish. So you just fish as usual, cast your skills. We will do a big reeling after this. Here we go, doing lots of good damage. So I recommend you do this near the fishing stand, because then you will be able to sell the fish as soon as possible and start catching more. Oh nice, he just jumped up. So this is a prize pack, which is not that good. We sold the fish. So if you click escape, then click ranking information, and over here at sports fishing, you'll be able to see the records, and your current record will be up here. This will be updated every hour, and for the first 10 people with the biggest fish, they will get the tournament prize. 11 to 20 gets mythic, 21 to 50 gets legendary, and so on, you know. You can check the rewards here. If you place top 10 in this event, you will get a golden fish bowl, 2000 gold, which is pretty nice, and 30 Fisher King coins. For the second place, who ranked between 11 and 20, you get a silver fish bowl, 1000 gold, and a 20 Fisher King coins, which is not that bad. And for the legendary, you get 500 gold, 15 Fisher King coins, and a bronze fish gold. You can check the other prizes there as well. So I will try to show you a lucky fish. I don't know if I will get one, but I'll try to fish as much as possible right now. There's a chance that sometimes you will see it mimic just like that over there. And those rope fisherman's herbs, which will give you a lot of fishing proficiency for 10 minutes, which in turn will lead you dealing more damage to the fish. Those are decent. You can also get a frog from those that is used in a quest. But I'm not really concerned with that right now. You can see a lot of people are out here fishing. You have to catch a fish that is bigger than 485. Preferably more than 490, because we want to place in the top 10. An extra surprise tip: you can start casting in the small reelin instead of big reelin after a fish has less than 5000 HP, because big reelin will one-shot the fish even if you miss a couple of ticks. So you'll be able to do a little bit of more damage with reelin. So you're not aiming to sell the fish for a lot of money here, because as you can see, each pink marlin sells for around 1 gold. The main goal here is to catch the biggest fish and get the biggest reward, which is a lot. If you can make 2000 gold in an hour of fishing, that would be really great. Right, now we got a lucky marlin, and let's see, it's 387 centimeters. Well, it's not long enough to win us the competition, but it will definitely place us somewhere within the first 100, I think. Now let's sell this and keep fishing for a bigger one. Oh, we got another lucky, and this is 392. Not that great to win us the competition again, but better than the last one, so I'll take it. Another pink marlin, and this one is 461.59 centimeters. This is a pretty good one. Let's see where that places us in the rankings. 461.59. That gets us to 39th place. Hopefully we will be able to stay there with a legendary orb of 500 gold. As you can see, we have fished the Mimic, and it gave us some Fisher King coins and a Fisherman's Herb. Use this as soon as possible because it has 10 minutes of remaining time. It will give us 50,000 fishing proficiency for 10 minutes, which will help us deal more damage to the fish. So our fishing rod is running out of remaining time, but we'll try to fish for one more just in case. It doesn't disappear as soon as the remaining time is gone, but it disappears within like a minute of it expiring. So we will have to catch this one real fast, otherwise our rod is gonna disappear and we won't be able to fish. But we will try it nonetheless because we might as well give it a shot. I'm hoping for some damage skills here. Hopefully we do some nice damage. Yeah, as you can see, our big reel does 100 more damage from 50,000 fishing proficiency, which is pretty good. Our fishing rod expired, but hopefully you'll be able to catch this one. And here we go. Our fishing rod is gone, and with that, the event is complete for today. Now we will place hopefully somewhere within the first 100 and get our 500 gold, but this is totally dependent on luck, so you might have catch something above 495 centimeters and you would have got 2000 gold. So I encourage you to try and do this event every week. Your rewards will be given the next day, and hopefully you get a good catch. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on DieInDark. If you had a blast today, smash that like button and subscribe for more epic gaming content. If you have any thoughts, questions, suggestions or topics you would like me to cover, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Your feedback is very important to me. Consider hitting the bell icon to join the notification squad. That way you will be the first to know when we drop our next gaming masterpiece. You can also find my content at twitch.tv/DieInDark_. I stream there every now and then, and you can even suggest me some games to play. Remember, this channel we are all about entertaining and informing content, so gear up, power up, and let's conquer the gaming universe together. Until next respawn, stay legendary and keep dominating the virtual battlefield. See you in the next level. Peace out.